down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
What's up, peeps? This is your boy, Steve VanCauwenbergh. Yep, I'm back. It's Tuesday, and I'm all on Airbnb. I'm so flipping giddy that this Thursday, I'm going to break it off. Yes, I'm going to break it off. Ooh, I'm going to break it off. Why am I juicy? Because I've never done a webinar before, and I get to partner up with my boy, Al Williamson. I wouldn't be successful in Airbnb and VRBO if it wasn't for my boy, Al. Appreciate you, homie. And I'm excited to do this webinar together with him. It's going to be October 19th, Pacific time, 4:30, Central Standard Time, 6:30, live, and all your questions. It's a smart way to use I'm just juiced up each day this week. I'm trying to write these podcasts. I'm going to blaze through them just so you can get juicy. It's free. We're giving out all kinds of content. Hopefully that you'll like it. Hopefully that you'll pull the trigger on Airbnb. Get your questions ready. Facebook me. However you can get a hold of me, text me, email me, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday I broke off. What's all the positives? You know, I got to bring the truth to you. Not everything is easy as cheesy, pleasy, blank, blank, blank. But you got to do it. All right. You got to try at least one time. It took me a long time. It took me, man, when I met Al Williamson, probably, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Maybe longer. I'm not sure. But he was like, oh, Airbnb is the way. Co-op is the way. Blah, 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 blah. He has all these different units. And I was like, bro, no. It took me almost 2 years of that dude hounding me on, you should try Airbnb. You have all these units, bro. You should try it. Well, I finally tried it. I finally tried it because I had him come speak in Oklahoma City about a year and a half ago. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it one time. So I got a good partner. A ladies touch, kind of have to have a ladies touch. Why? For decor. But I'm not a decor guy, okay? I don't know what kind of guy I am, but man, I'm glad I tried Airbnb. I went to Airbnb locally, Oklahoma City, and then I went outside of Oklahoma, and then I had a VRBO unit. Airbnb and VRBO is in a resort area, and I crushed it hard. It has been a very successful thing, but it is not easy, okay? If it was easy, everybody would be a millionaire. If it was easy, everybody would have units. If it was easy, you know, you would just hire Al Williamson to coach you. That would be easy. That's what I did. I did the easy route. I tend to go the easy route, and it's not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought I would be raining cash, and cash didn't rain, but it sure does rain now. It just depends on how you look at it, all right? So here's a couple of cons. In Oklahoma, it might be illegal. I don't know for sure, but I've heard through the grapevine. Of course, I'm not going to go read the law, and I don't even know how they're going to police it. But down in my unit was in Florida, and dude, as soon as I put it on VRBO or Airbnb, and because you have this button, and of course, when I set this up a couple years ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I just clicked the button and charge taxes, don't charge taxes. Well, I clicked the button, charge taxes. I'm serious. Like, I had my VRBO up there maybe 3 weeks. I would say 2 weeks. Florida tax commission was blowing me the freak up. Hey, we see that you're taking tax from people. You need to pay this tax. And I was like, wow, how did he even know that I have? There's people that monitor VRBO from the outside. I don't know if they're bots. I don't know what they are, but there is some cons there. If you're going to, you got to do some extra paperwork. You make sure you get connected with your CPA, but you are going to take people's money and you need to pay it. It's illegal to take their money for taxes and not pay it. Now, in some markets, you might have to have expensive licensing, you know. Of course, society does not want you to, Uber, they shut down Uber in Austin. Thank God they brought that up. We're free the people. Don't tell me where to stay. Don't tell me what cars to drive. Don't tell me what to do, government, right? I honor you. I pay the taxes just like everybody else, and I pay what I need to be paying, but you need to be careful. There's expensive licensing in your market. Make sure you kind of know what's going on in that area. So that's the two kind of legalities of the cons. That's all that I have found. Also, what I found too is that your insurance may not cover if you're whoring it out, ooh, that's probably not a good word to say, but you're using your unit for Airbnb, it may be dropped in insurance. I would definitely get with your insurance agent just to double check. The cool thing is Airbnb does cover additional insurance for you. That was in my last episode. Oh, before we get started, hey, my name is Steve VanCauwenbergh. You tuned in to the Savvy Radio Show. What up, what up? Yesterday, what up is from Eric Thomas. I ripped that dude off because he's bomb. Yesterday, I talked about the pros. Today, I'm talking about the cons of short-term rentals, a.k.a. Airbnb, and so forth. I think I'm so jazzed up because of Thursday. I think I'm so jazzed up. It feels like I haven't done a podcast in months. I do apologize, man. My life is changing. I'm moving, selling some units, putting some stuff on, changing the world one step at a time, and loving Jesus while I'm doing it. Anyway, so here's another con. You're going to have to spend probably at least 4 G's to fully furnish a unit, unless you're going to rent it out of your own crib, okay? But you're going to pay the dollars and do it right. I do a lot of VRBO and Airbnb off of Amazon. Here's some tricks for you. I'll get that on episode on Wednesday. But, well, let me get it out real quick. Get white sheets. All right, they're easy to replace. They're easy to clean. They're easy to bleach. I got all crazy on my first unit, got different colors, try to be all OG, and I'll cover all that stuff in a minute. All right, you need to just budget 4 G's. Now, a couple of savvy ways is that you can do some bulking up, like get a storage unit and start buying furniture on Craigslist. Make sure they got no bugs in it, but roaches or whatever. Don't try to go for the deal. But Amazon dropship couches, a local store here in Oklahoma City called Bob Mills is pretty reasonably priced. But I found a lot of stuff used. I found a lot of stuff on Amazon, and I just had it drop shipped, and it was just easy to maintain later. But you might want to get, if you're, I got an Airbnb going online here at the end of the month. So we're at January 17th right now. But in the end of the month, in 15 days, I'm gearing up and I'm storing stuff at a storage unit. As soon as that tenant moves out, I'm converting it over to Airbnb. But you're gonna have a big, heavy price tag in the beginning. Now, there will be more trouble in the beginning when you set this up. Like when you start setting Airbnb up, you got to get reviews as soon as possible. When you do that, you're going to have a lot of turnover. You might even have some friends stay, and you're going to clean it up. Just keep in mind, it takes a little bit more time in the beginning to manage, okay, until you got a system in place. For example, me as a landlord, I love to move somebody in. Maybe in the beginning, the first month, I got a little, hey, work orders, I got some problems. And then from there, I never really hear from people unless they don't pay, and I crush you. But on Airbnb, some people are like way too friendly. Some people, they're moving in, moving out, and it just seems like a little bit more work. But remember, over the long-term period, you're going to make a lot more money on the long term. So this is just a con. It's going to take a little bit more time than normal. If you heard the last episode before on $800 rental, you can average for sure at least $1,200 profit. If you're going to make $800 normally, up to 2 G's on an average in Oklahoma City. And this may have gone up, but I haven't really checked it. I was averaging about 21 days of rental on the average. Okay, so now, another thing that's going to manage a lot of your time is that you're going to have to answer people's dumb texts. How do I log in? Dude, did you not read the freaking welcome packet? If you don't have patience, it doesn't matter. But I'm all about systems, so I already have all these text messages lined up. You can use this app called AMS Text. It's like an automatic text blast, and I text them, already set it up. I have emails, I automatically set them up, so I don't have to talk to these people. You may have to be available for emergencies or response for guest inquiries. I try to get to as fast as I can. I do have someone, I have a handyman that I pay $25 to go jump on jobs. You might have heard that in a couple episodes before. You might want to have that up in place. You can't call me at 2 a.m. Something's wrong. I'm going to send somebody else. Remember, you have to review your guests afterwards and ask them for a review first. The weird thing about Airbnb is like they won't show you the review until you give them a review. Whack! And I just had a little disgruntled tenant just go and leave in because there's I should talk about that on an episode. But anyway, it was a conflict of interest with this lady. We've had some problems. We made a mistake. And the cleaning lady, here's the real quick of it. The cleaning lady, we forgot to send a cleaning lady there. The lady showed up and the place wasn't clean. I get it. She was pissed. And I understand. But now I'm going to get a bad review. They have to review you, so you got to review them, and you should. You have to have a system to handle frequent cleanings, okay? I would have at least 2 people, at least 3 on the backup, and know that you're going to do it yourself. And on my next episode coming up on Wednesday, I'll kind of go over all the ideas that I have, but, have multiple stuff ready to go. For example, 2 or 3 sheets, get them on Amazon basic sheets, work, get a comforter, get 2 comforters. Things happen, you might have to send it to the dry cleaning, or something may happen that goes wrong, you might have to flip it out. And some guests, keep in mind, they have expectations, okay? If you don't got kahunas, ovaries, or whatever you want to call them, BALLS, some people may get upset, and some people do hustle. I mean, it's not all glamorous. Oh man, you're making so much money with Airbnb and VRBO, dude. You're a baller, dude. It's work, okay? And bad reviews suck. It just happens. But some people just get an attitude of an expectation that you're a hotel, that that you put something smelly in there like lavender, and they don't like lavender, and they jam you up. I mean, I've had people try to get free hotel rooms. Here's the cool thing about the whole process. Now, I don't know about this on VRBO. I found more of this stuff on Airbnb, but Airbnb has stuck up for me over some booty stuff that didn't make any sense. So that's kind of the quick cons of Airbnb, short-term rentals, VRBO. Hopefully, you got some kind of information jammed up in your heart right now, and you understand what's going on. Tomorrow I'm going to break off ideas, so tune in tomorrow, 6 a.m. I'll break it off. Don't forget Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central, my first Webanizzle free online class, the smart way to use short-term rentals, bing, bing, how to create more financial freedom in your life. I like it. It's going to be a little work to you, but it's going to be worth it. Make sure you tune in. Go to the SavvyInvestors.com or the SavvyRadioShow.com. Click on events. Click on Airbnb. My wizard, Al Williamson's been grinding out Airbnb when it went online. He has a course out. We're giving out all kinds of free content. It's going to be worth your time.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioShow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.